We continue our series looking at the state of each and every franchise across Major League Baseball, and on this episode we discuss the Miami Marlins. Let's get into it. What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast, and as I said in the open, today we will look at the state of the franchise for the Miami Marlins. Now, obviously this team is going through a rebuild, so there's going to be a lot of question marks surrounding this team. But let's get into some of the acquisitions that the Marlins made. Some of the acquisitions that the Marlins would make going into this new 2022 campaign were bringing in Avisaíl Garcia, Jorge Soler, trading for Joey Wendell, and Jacob Stallings. Now, when you look at what these moves are going to provide the Marlins, it's going to be a solid base to start this 2022 season. But guys, they could flip at the deadline to contending teams that are in need of some boosting and some assistance at the trade deadline. But when it comes to the Marlins, there's very little question that these players are really not going to make a substantial impact and push them towards the top of this division. Now, one of the notes that I have to make mention of this season for the Miami Marlins is the departure of Derek Jeter. When Jeter was a part of the group that purchased the Marlins 5 years ago, there was a plan put into place. Now, yes, they would trade everything away at that point, but they would start to lay the foundation and the groundwork towards building a winning franchise. Here we are again, 5 years later. Jeter has departed because seemingly the team and the organization and their ownership group did not want to put the money and invest the money into building a championship caliber team this year, year 5 of the plan. So it looks like more of the same old when it comes to the Miami Marlins and their franchise, trading away their best players and not actually putting a winning product on the field. Now, as we look at the 2022 X Factor for the Miami Marlins, it is that of Sandy Alcantara. If the Marlins are going to go anywhere and have any chance of success, it is going to rest on the shoulders of this ace pitcher. I also think that this is going to be a player that possibly gets moved at the trading deadline along with the acquisitions that they made that we spoke about earlier. But when it comes to this Marlins team, there's going to be a lot of transition, a lot of young players, and a whole lot of losing. But as we get into the state of the pitching for the Miami Marlins, I have to give it a grading of a C- at best. Probably more like a D+. There aren't really any notable, mentionable names that would be recognizable to casual baseball fans. On top of that, when you look at what this organization is going to be putting out there every 5 days in terms of a starting rotation, there's a lot to be desired. I think that there was a possibility that this franchise could start making the headway towards building and becoming a very good, sustainable franchise throughout Major League Baseball and a sustainable powerhouse in the National League East. But I think when you look at what they now have going out there every 5 days after optioning Sixto Sanchez, there's a lot of questions and a lot of unanswerable questions at the start of the season for them. As we look at the state of the offense for the Miami Marlins, I would give this a C+ rating to a B-. I think there's a lot to like in their offensive ranks going into the 2022 campaign. Avisaíl Garcia, Jorge Soler, Joey Wendell, Miguel Rojas, Jazz Chisholm, Jesus Aguilar, Garrett Cooper are all guys who, in my opinion, could absolutely have standout campaigns in 2022, offensively speaking. But I think that there's a lot of questions as to what this team is going to be able to do in a very tough division in the National League East. I think that they have some offensive components that could absolutely help push towards the next wave of Marlins baseball being successful in Miami. But knowing the way that this franchise operates, there's obviously a possibility that every single one of these players that I've mentioned can get traded from the Marlins within the next coming 3 seasons. So as we look at the state of the franchise, to me, this is an F franchise. And I think that there's no doubt about it. This franchise is constantly disappointing their fan base, constantly building up some substantial superstar type players and then trading them away and getting almost nothing in return, it feels like. When you look at what this fan base is needing, they need a consistent product on the field. Miami Marlins fans are absolutely in dire need of this franchise to absolutely support them and support their fandom. Have reasons to come to the ballpark every day, and right now they don't get that from this ownership group. They haven't gotten it from any ownership group during their tenure as the Florida or Miami Marlins. I think that for the Marlins franchise going forward, they need another new ownership group, someone that is absolutely going to care about the product on the field, that is going to want to have a championship caliber team down in South Florida. Sadly, Jeter couldn't own the majority stakes of this franchise, otherwise I do do believe that there would have been a huge turnaround in Miami over these last 5 seasons. But here we are again, same old, same old. I have one bold prediction for the Miami Marlins franchise in 2022, and it is that Sandy Alcantara will finish in the top 10 of the National League Cy Young Award. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your feelings on this down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts and your feelings towards the Miami Marlins, their ownership group, the product on the field? Let me know all these thoughts down in the comment section below, and we'll discuss it further. If you want to keep the conversation rolling, find me over on Twitter at JLaracuente19. We can keep adjusting the Marlins and their state of their franchise in 2022 and beyond. As always, keep it locked into the entire JLMG family with WeSiv, the Grand Geek Show, and of course here on the Baseball Banter Broadcast. For sticking around all the way to this part in the video, I'm going to offer you a promo code on our merchandise shop, baseballbanterbroadcast.com. Head over to the website, use the promo code BANTER to save 5% off your order. As always, keep it locked in all season long as I continue to bring you the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions on the game of Major League Baseball, as well as the state of each and every franchise throughout Major League Baseball. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.